Morning Glory, and welcome to Lisa Ann Can. I'm Lisa Ann. Today I'm going to be making another batch of homemade soap, but this time I'm making coffee scrub. Coffee scrub is made using brewed coffee and the spent coffee grounds added at the end for an exfoliant. So follow along with me and I'll show you how it's done. All right, first let me show you my oils that I've already measured out. I've got about 24 ounces of olive oil, 12 ounces of canola oil, 6 ounces of palm shortening, 12 ounces of coconut oil, and 2 ounces of castor. Here I have 20 ounces of coffee. I'll be measuring out 7.8 ounces of lye, and here's the coffee grounds. So it's very important that you have a digital scale. Anytime you're working with lye, you need to have safety glasses. I have 50% water and 50% vinegar, and that will be to neutralize any lye should it splash on me. The first thing that I'm going to do is warm my solid oils in my crock pot. Have it on the low setting. Okay, I'm going to turn this up on high for this first step until these solid oils are melted. Now it's time to add the liquids. Olive, canola, and the castor. Okay, I'm going to turn it to low and prep the lye. So to measure the lye, put my measuring cup on the scale and then I zero it. Putting on my safety glasses. The lye is open and away we go. And I try to get it as close to 7.8 as possible. Okay, 7.3. This is where it gets a little, and if there's any lumps in it, that becomes a problem. 7.7, a little more, tiny bit more. Here we go, 7.8. All right, now that I have my lye measured and my coffee, the next step is going to be to add the lye into the coffee. So 2 things I'm going to do. Put on my safety glasses and turn on my stove vent. You may also notice, if you can hear me, that I have on long sleeves. That's to protect my arms from splashes. I'm not sure if you can see the steam, but it makes its own heat. Reaction of the lye with the water. And just stir it to make sure it's completely dissolved. I'm going to wash this in my vinegar water. The next step, I'm going to pour the lye coffee water into the warm oils, and using a stick blender, I'll stir it for about 5 minutes until it's thick like a pudding. This goes in the vinegar water. You want to be sure to hold the stick blender at an angle. All right, this also goes in the vinegar water. All right, The next step is to cover it, set a timer for an hour, and then we'll check it for doneness. All right, while I'm waiting for the soap to cook, I'm going to do something. Two things. Number one, I have this little rollerball that I like to use every night before bed because it's magical. And it's empty because I've used all the goodness out of it. So while I've got my oil out, I'm gonna pop this roller top off. Easy peasy. Carefully fill it most of the way with light olive oil. See how easy peasy this is. Okay, leave a little room. And then I'm going to put my essential oils in there. I have lavender, cedarwood, and vetiver. A lady made a gift of the rollerball to me originally and gave me the recipe. So really good to help me sleep at night. So I need a refill. So all I do is put that in there and make a mess. The recipe is 6 drops of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about 7 for completion? So there's 7 lavender, and that smells so good. Lavender really does have a relaxing effect. Next will be the cedarwood. 7 drops. And then vetiver. I don't even know what vetiver is. It's very thick. And there we go. Pop the rollerball back on. Give it a shake. And all I do every night before bed is just roll it on my wrist very heavily. Rub it so that the smell is all around here. Now, I hope I don't fall asleep while I'm waiting for the soap to cook. The next thing that I'm going to do is prep my pan for the soap. The easiest way I have found to do that is with the trash bag. So this batch I'm going to pour, and then I'll cut it into bars. It should make about 16 bars, maybe more. So a brand new trash bag, and all you do is put it over the pan. Try to form it to fit as smoothly as possible, but as soon as the soap is done, I'll just pour it into here and let it cool inside this, and then this will make it a lot easier to pull out. The soap got too hot too quickly, so I had to pull the lid off and stir it, and it's still sizzling around the sides, so I'm going to leave the lid off for about probably 15 minutes to allow it to cool down. I turned it down to warm. Okay, it's been 1 hour. Okay, it's time to test it. Oh, it's very zingy. So I'm going to let it cook for about 15 more minutes. All right, 15 minutes and time for another check. Taste it. It's done. it didn't zing. I'm not adding any fragrance oil, so I don't have to let it cool. I am gonna add the coffee grounds. Okay, this is a little tricky because it's kind of hot, but I've got my pan here lined with the plastic trash bag. And I'm just going to pour the hot soap into the mold. Got my safety glasses on because I do not want that to splash in my eye. Alright, I'm just going to spread it evenly. It's very cool that it's dark brown. It will lighten as it dries. Here, I'm going to give it a couple of bumps to settle it down into all the cracks. This is important at this step. You don't want this to splash up in your face. The next step is I'm going to take my Pampered Chef scraper and get every last bit and make a soap ball with the residue. Roll that into a little ball and set it aside to cool. And the good thing about cleanup is this is just soap and it'll wash right out. I'm going to allow this to cool for several hours. It's still quite hot, and I found this old bar of coffee scrub from 14 years ago. It's not rancid, which proves the benefit of coffee. So the whole point of why coffee, why a coffee soap? Well, a few reasons. Let me just read you the label that we put on our soap from so many years ago. Exfoliating coffee scrub. Coffee gently removes dead skin to reveal a clearer, more radiant complexion. Caffeine also promotes circulation and is helpful for cellulite. There is a study that says that the use of coffee and caffeine and soap helps reduce the appearance of cellulite on your skin. How true is that? I don't know. The reason I make it is because coffee is known to remove odors. So this bar that is so old doesn't smell rancid, and some soaps will go rancid because of the oils, but this soap at age 14 is still smells normal. So coffee removes odors, so I keep it in the kitchen by the sink to wash my hands after cutting onions. It is safe and gentle to use on your face, all over your body as an exfoliant. So anyway, it's a fun soap to make and a fun soap to use. So after I let this cool, I'm going to cut it up into bars and we'll start using it right away. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just post in the comments below.